Hello my dear students, hope you all are fine. Welcome to this video. This video is specifically for class 8 students, English literature lesson. Today we are going to discuss the poem The Hero by Rabindranath Tagore. If you are watching this video, please open to page 55 so that you can understand the poem better. Before we move on to the poem, let me say a few words about Rabindranath Tagore, the poet of this poem. The name Rabindranath Tagore is very well known to every Indian, and he doesn't need any introduction. But still, I'll be saying something about him. Rabindranath Tagore, who is popularly called Kabi Guru, was born on 7th May 1861. He is considered to be the greatest of India's modern poets. He was a versatile genius. He was an artist, a poet, philosopher, novelist, and educationist. He started showing his poetic talent at a very tender age. His writings greatly influenced Bengali culture during the late 19th century and early 20th century. He is very well known for composing music and his book Gitanjali. In 1913, he became the first Asian to win the Nobel Prize in Literature and made every Indian proud. The narrative poem The Hero was written by Indian poet Rabindranath Tagore. The poem is set in a young boy's imagination, which has all the necessary elements and is rich in imagery. The characters, plot, setting, theme, climax, and idea are all very clearly outlined. The plot revolves around the young boy's heroism in order to extinguish the flame of his mother's fear. It is shown that the travelers are ambushed by a band of villains and that the boy is brave enough to fight them. This shows his undying love for his mother. The poem deals with a young boy who envisions himself as his mother's savior. This poem showcases courage and kindness, two traits a hero should have. It also showcases sacrifice. The poem is a dramatic monologue. A dramatic monologue is when one person speaks throughout the poem. And here, the child is speaking to his mother. The poem is entertaining and allows the reader into the imaginative world of a child. But the mood of the poem is one gentle humor, as Tagore shows us this aspect of childhood. The poem is about a young boy who imagines that while traveling with his mother across a deserted wasteland, he is attacked by bandits. He imagines that he fights the bandits and saves his mother, earns her gratitude, wins praise from his mother, and astonishes all the villagers by his bravery. Returning to reality, he regrets that such things do not come true in the dull routine of his days. Mother, let us imagine we are traveling and passing through a strange and dangerous country. You are riding in a palanquin and I am trotting by you on a red horse. It is evening and the sun goes down. The west of Joradigi lies wan and grey before us. The land is desolate and barren. The speaker addresses his mother and asks her to imagine that they are traveling and passing through a strange and dangerous stretch of countryside. In the speaker's imagination, his mother is riding in a palanquin. Palanquin is a small box carried by some bearers, and he is trotting alongside on a chestnut horse or a red brown horse. And he says his mother to imagine that it is evening time and the sun has set. The wasteland of Joradigi. Joradigi is the name of a place. It means desolate, barren, or isolated place, which is in front of them, which looks wan and grey before us. Wan means gloomy, dark, dull, and grey, and barren. The land is desolate and barren. He imagines his mother feeling lost and afraid while he courageously tells her not to be afraid. You are frightened and thinking, I know not where we have come to. I say to you, mother, do not be afraid. The meadow is pricked with spiky grass, and through it runs a narrow, broken path. There are no cattle to be seen in the wide field. They have gone to their village stalls. It grows dark and deep on the land and sky, and we cannot tell where we are going. Suddenly you call me and ask me in a whisper, what light is that near the bank? The speaker asks his mother to picture them going down a narrow broken path through a meadow prickly with spiky grass. Spiky means pointed. It is desolate and there is not even a cattle to be seen, as it is evening and they return to their village shelters. The land and the sky grow increasingly dim. The light fades and it gets dark, and it is difficult to see where they are going. That is what the child is saying, that they don't know where they have come. It grows very dark and dim, and they cannot say where they are. The boy imagines the mother turning to him in sudden fear and asking in a whisper what a light near the bank could be. Then there bursts out a fearful yell, and figures come running towards us. You sit crouched in your palanquin and repeat the names of the gods in prayer. The bearers, shaking in terror, hide themselves in the thorny bush. I shout to you, don't be afraid, mother, I am here. With long sticks in their hand and hair, all wild about their heads, they come nearer and nearer. The boy then builds up on his fantasy by telling his mother there was a fearful sound. Yells burst out as figures run towards them, as if they are shouting and the figures are running towards them. The mother sits crouched. Crouched means like putting your legs and hands together up. The mother hides fearfully inside her palanquin and begins to pray, takes the name of God in her prayer. The palanquin bearers, trembling with fear, hide in the thorny bushes. In his imagination only, the boy is unafraid, and he shouts reassuringly to his mother, saying that she should not be afraid because he was there to protect her. In the poet's vivid imagination, the bandits approach with long sticks in their hands and hair all wild about their heads. And they are coming nearer and nearer to the boy or towards the boy and his mother. I shout, "Have a care, you villains! One step more and you are dead man." They give another terrible yell and rush forward. You clutch my hand and say, "Dear boy, for heaven's sake, keep away from them." I say, "Mother, just you watch me." Then I spur my horse for a wild gallop, and my sword and my buckler clash against each other. The fight becomes so fearful, mother, that it would give you a shudder could you see it from your palanquin. The boy then shouts at those bandits and says, "Have a care." Have a care means be careful. He warns them not to come one step nearer. Not heeding his warning, they rush forward. The boy imagines his mother holding him tightly onto his hand in fear and asking him to retreat. He says, "You say to me, please stay away. For heaven's sake, keep away from them. But I say to you, in return, I tell you to just watch how I deal with these bandits." The boy imagines urging his horse forward at such a fast gallop that his sword and shield clashed with each other. He tells his mother that then the fight becomes so fearful that if she had seen it from her palanquin, she would have shuddered in. Many of them fly, and a great number are cut into pieces. I know you are thinking, sitting all by yourself, that your boy must be dead by this time. But I come to you all stained with blood and say, "Mother, the fight is over now." You come out and kiss me, pressing me to your heart, and you say to yourself, "I don't know what I should do if I hadn't my boy to escort me." The boy says that many of them have flown away, many of them flew away from the fight, many of the bandits flee, and a great many of them are cut to pieces. He says he knows his mother must be sitting by herself and thinking that her son has been killed. But he goes to her all stained with blood and tells to her that the fight is over. Then the boy imagines his mother coming out and kissing him, pressing him to her heart, and saying to herself that she doesn't know what she would have done if she had not had her son to escort. 1,000 useless things happen day after day, and why couldn't such a thing come true by chance? It would be like a story in a book. My brother would say, "Is it possible? I always thought he was so delicate." Our village people would all say in amazement, Was it not lucky that the boy was with his mother. Then, coming back to reality, the boy regretfully says that so many pointless, mundane things happen day after day, and wishes that something like the adventure he imagined would happen. It would be as exciting and thrilling like a story in a book. His brother would be surprised and would no longer think the boy was too delicate. He imagines that his brother would think him to be a hero and also would think that whether it is possible or not, because he always thought him to be very soft and delicate. The village people would be surprised, astonished, and say that the mother was lucky to have her son with her. This is what the boy's imagination, and this is what the poet says in this poem. For you, your work is to complete all the exercise questions. Thank you and have a good day.